I feel like some of them could have been put off for a different day, but I figured I'd get them all knocked out in one, and then I don't have to worry about it later. I need to get fabric so I can make the bags that I want to make. I also need to get a needle and thread, and I need to see if they have any straps or zippers. So yeah, we've got a lot going on today, and hopefully I get some interesting tidbits for y'all. You should definitely shop around for prices, because I was getting quoted close to $300 for a PO box at the UPS store, but at United States Postal Service I only paid $188, plus I got a free month. I got 13 months for $188, which is
good in my book.
Definitely shop around for prices, because I guarantee you can find a lower price than what you're getting. You know, switching between Amazon, Facebook, and Target, like, you're gonna find a lower price, even if it's like 10 bucks cheaper. Now we're off to, I think we're gonna go to Walmart. Yeah, I should probably tell you why we are at Walmart currently right now is because I need to get at least 2 boxes and see what size of I need to see what size poly mailers they have, if they have poly mailers at all, because I need to get some of those. I am very much a wait to the last minute type of person when it comes to certain things. Like, some things I'm really fast at, other things I'm like super slow at. Why the boxes were in another area instead of being with all the other packing items. Now, I don't think we're gonna go to Michael's because I got what I needed, except for the zipper. But I did get pre-cut blue, which is something that I was thinking about getting, so happy that I got that. So we don't have to look for fabric at Michael's because I got the fabric. Oh, we actually do need to go to Michael's because I need to see if they have large googly eyes. It's easier for me to go in person and look at the sizes before I go online and order them. We're gonna go to Michael's, see what Michael's has when it comes to googly eyes. I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky, maybe we won't, but yeah. I'm trying to get better at filming when I'm doing crocheting instead of just like sitting down and crocheting. I remembered earlier, and by earlier, I mean this plushie that I'm creating right now will have already been out by like 2 days, hopefully. I have free will now that I know how to crochet. So, like, I can crochet anything that I want to, or I can try and crochet anything that I want to. I had this really bright yellow and I have this really bright blue. I also have white. And do you know what character that makes? Yes, you would be correct. It does make Homer Simpson. I'm in the process of making him. These eyes are actually just regular Halloween white eyes that I purchased like back in June or something. He looks like a little bowling pin right now. You're going to be in like a little montage thing. I'm going to be crocheting while I'm watching the It Crowd, which by the way is freaking hilarious. I've got my yarn here and we're currently making the first arm of Homer Simpson. I still have to make the legs and I still have to make the other arm, but right now we've got this. I'm gonna stop yapping and I'm gonna get back into crocheting. So, yeah. So I think I mentioned earlier about how I love the fact that I'm finally realizing that I have a bunch of free will when it comes to crocheting. I have red and I have blue still. I could make Mr. Krabs because I have all the colors to make him. Yeah, if not Mr. Krabs, then I'm gonna try and make SpongeBob some way. Excited about that. I don't know when a video for that will be coming out. It might be just a short. I needed to pause, reflect here, that this video is not a video about me making Homer Simpson. Homer Simpson is just short form content. He's not a long form video
in my brain. But if making things that pop into my head is something that you want to see long form content of, then definitely let me know. I try my best.
This video, it's really supposed to be around the sweethearts. Did all of them, except I actually got 17 squares instead of 16. I was one extra. I just noticed on here that they do have a pattern. Looks fairly simple to do. Let me show you all. So they've got this. Obviously, I can't pull up the QR code to get it because it's ruined, but I'm thinking it's just double crochets for the sleeves, almost like a vest piece. I've been looking up on Pinterest, like ideas of what I could do with these. Like, I'm just struggling so much. That's how I feel like I'm going to make the wrong choice of what to do with them, you know? And I know there's no wrong choice at all. Again, free will. But I don't know, my creativity is second guessing itself. There is a vest that I could do, which, and so if I lay this out according to the photo, right, there's, let me show you this, what it's going to look like. For the vest, I'm not going to have enough. Almost, but I would have to make 2 extra squares and it would be from different yarn. It wouldn't be the same red heart yarn. Oh, and then I need, okay, so I would need 4 because I need one right here, one right here, and then another 2 right here, because here's 2, and then we've got, you know, right here is a tote bag option that I see as well, which looks like it is 3 across, so 6 on the front, 6 on the back, and then 2 on the side. Okay, and then we've got here, one right here, one right there, and one right there. And then we would just have this extra one here, which could technically be turned into like a little small inside pocket in the bag. I'll show you guys the other method that I'm looking at as well. And then an extra one for the pocket. And now that I'm looking at it, like this looks like kind of like a diaper. Kind of like a diaper. I think the tote bag kind of makes more sense. I mean, this could be a tote bag too, easily. Or like a little shoulder bag for like markets or whatever. I think the vest could work. However, yeah, I would still have to do an extra 4. So I think in this case the tote bag makes the best sense. Okay, so I have never really attached granny squares like this before. So this is my first time doing that. So if you see I'm doing something wrong, let me know. So I can try and correct it now rather than going several months doing something and trying to change then. I'm doing a small bag and I'm sewing them together. Now, I marked it with a stitch marker so I know that this is going to be the side that's going to be inside. It's going to be the inside of the bag because, again, I am lining this. I've got 3 attached. I just need 1 more, and then we have to do the top, and it's going to be another slow process of going through all 4 of them, then combining them on the bottom and on the sides. So,
Yeah.
Unrelated to the video and to this bag, but there's a weird thing that happened where I put my iPhone on Do Not Disturb, and then all of my other iOS devices went on Do Not Disturb. So, is like I know that the systems are very integrated with one another, but I didn't know they were that integrated with one another.
anyways, so I have gone on Amazon and I purchased 2 straps. One of them is this navy blue color, and then the other one is like a black color. And then you see my granny squares there, and I did connect them. I just need to weave in the ends. And I didn't do a big bag. I did a very small bag, to be honest with you. Just because I wanted to do like a tester just to see how it would be. And so I've used 8 so far, and I had 17. So 17 minus 8.
I have no idea. We're going to pull out a calculator and do that in the calculator.
Oh, these are the colors that I picked for the inside of the bag. This was already pre-cut. It is a yard, which I feel like is definitely going to be enough to fit in that bag. And then I'll also be able to create maybe even another bag and possibly explore doing a zipper option with one. I think they're going to go very well with the color of the bag, kind of blend in as well. So that's why I chose them. I think this is the one that we're going to put on that little small bag, maybe. It's this one. It's like a navy blue, and I think it's going to go really well with the heart color. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to weave in the ends in this, and then I'm going to set it down. We are going to do a few rounds on the top of single crochet before we decide on. Those are my plans with that. That's what it's looking like. Here comes one of the hard parts, is I need to figure out how to color match with this blue using my stash. I don't have a blue in this color. I know that for a fact, so I'm gonna have to choose something that is similar, or let's see, this is my green and blue, so That shouldn't be in there. But let's go shopping in my stash. We have got this baby blue, which could potentially work because the outside of the heart is in a blue, so we could just build up in the blue. We can use this light baby blue. Is there another one? I think this is the only one that comes close to it. This is sky blue. I think that's a perfect match. Crazy. So let's go ahead and cut this out. And I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably like, oh my gosh, are you going to do that on your bed? Like, you're probably going to cut your bed sheet. Yes, I indeed am going to do this on my bed. This is my first time doing this, like using fabric. Do you guys think that I'm going to need an iron? Because I don't have one. I don't think I've ever seen one.
Oh my gosh.
Because this is like low-key kind of wrinkled. Like it is, because of the way that it was folded. Okay, well, we're going to hope it works. We're going to hope it works. I feel like it looks like low-key like a butterfly. Now, I don't really want to sew up the bottom, so I'm going to do it like that. I think I should be able to get 2 out of this. Updates that are good, and I've got some updates that aren't so good. I just feel like y'all need some change of scenery. So we're gonna go outside. Give me a second. Set y'all down. Okay, here are my pros and my cons. Strictly first time doing this, it was a learning experience for me. Absolutely love that I was able to find a color in my yarn stash that worked, but I should have looked before I used black to put them together, because then I could have used this light blue color, this sky blue, to attach them, and it would have looked a little bit more cleaner because it would have looked natural due to the color already that's on the square. Another thing as well is that down here, how I attached it with the black, um, it should have been, again, this sky blue. I've already weaved in my ends and everything like that, so it's too far gone to make the changes on this bag. Again, I had 17 squares to begin with. This used up 8. I still have enough to make another bag and implement my changes that I want onto it. I think I did call this like the tester bag. So here's the issue that happened with this bag. Aside from weaving in and everything like that, I hand sewed because I don't have a sewing machine. I'm pretty sure I have one. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure there's one that's from my cousin that's in my mom's garage. This is the thing. I got tripped up on the way that I was supposed to put the bag in, right? So despite having the side that was supposed to be inside in, I didn't really know how to do that when it came to the bag, like the fabric area. So I hand sewed it. It's really good. Hand sewed it. Um, and then around the top and on the sides, like, let me just show you what I mean. Let me just show you what I mean. So here is the inside of the bag. Okay. as you can see like the seam area on the side of where I like seamed it up, as opposed to it just being like a like not there, you know? I should have reversed this before I attached it on. And then the other part that I made a mistake is up here at the top. As you can see, it's like ruffled and extra fabric. Like I said, this was just an experiment bag to see how it went, and I haven't even put on the clips to it yet to see how that looks. So that's what we're working with. I'm not putting a zipper in this one. Like it doesn't make any sense for me to put a zipper in this one. For the idea that's in my head, I feel like it's too big to put a zipper in. It'd be like a laptop case if I didn't have the little fabric in here, because the fabric kind of stops it from going and stretching it out, which is why I use the fabric. Was so I know that there are people that talk about how if you use acrylic that it can stretch out over time. So that was the main reason why I wanted to line this, was so it doesn't have to, so you don't have to worry about it stretching out and getting progressively worse over time. The other things are going to be off camera, to be honest, but you'll see it in like a little short. When I do this again, I'm going to make sure that I reverse the inner lining first before I put it inside, and then sure that I don't have a lot of extra lining on the inside. That's that for this.
What did he say?
I'll see you guys later.